Here's what no one's ready to admit. The world is losing faith in money quietly and gradually. And that chart you're seeing, the one where gold keeps going higher and higher and higher, isn't about greed. It's about fear. Fear that the system is cracking, that fiat is bleeding out faster than anyone wants to accept. Then it happens. Gold smashes through $4,300 an ounce. That's $300 billion of new value gone into this shiny metal nobody's touched in years. Your heart sinks because if gold is doing this, if everyone's piling in like it's the last opportunity, what does that mean for the crypto you poured your savings into? Is this the signal that says the party's over, that Bitcoin is about to turn down, that the bull run we all dreamed of is dust? Well, stick with me because what comes next might keep you up all night, or it might change everything you thought you knew. In this video, we're peeling back the layers of why gold is sucking up all the money right now. We'll look at the crowds lining up to buy, the signs screaming that something's about to snap, and those quiet patterns from the past that nobody talks about. Plus, a few simple numbers you can watch yourself to spot the shift. By the end, you'll see the full picture. But hold on because it's not what you think. Before we get started, I have to say this. I'm not a financial advisor and nothing I share here is financial advice. Crypto is very risky. Yes, you can make some money, but you can also lose it all. So always do your own research and only put in what you can afford to lose. This is all for education and to help you think smarter about the crypto space. So let's start with the flood. Right now, money is pouring into gold like never before. Global gold ETFs have pulled in $67.7 billion this year alone, the biggest haul ever. In September alone, $9 billion flowed in during 1 month. Central banks, big funds, and everyday people who are scared of what's coming are buying. The reason is pretty clear. The world is shaky, with fights in the headlines and debts piling up. So everyone wants something solid. Gold feels safe, and with the Fed talking rate cuts, it looks even better. Tether's stacking it up. Cantor Fitzgerald is launching funds mixing gold and Bitcoin, and it's like everyone's whispering to get in before it's too late. But here's the part that chills you. We're actually getting to euphoric levels of buying. It's like a stampede. Gold's net positions hit 266.7 thousand contracts. That's maximum bullish positioning. Central banks added over 1,000 tons this year, with China and Russia hoarding like it's doomsday. And retail traders are chasing too, with 1.6 billion flowing into the GLD fund in a single day recently. Everyone wants gold. The talk is everywhere. This is euphoria, pure rush, and it feels good until it doesn't. Now pause and feel that tension building. Because when crowds like this show up, when the shiny new buyers flood in after the smart money's already positioned, history shows us the trouble. Gold is at $4,300, up 65% this year, while Bitcoin's only up 11%. The gap's too wide. And that ratio of gold to Bitcoin gradually fell to 24. To me, it looks a lot like the old tops when gold peaked and then cracked, pulling everyone down with it. So are you staring nervously at your red portfolio? It's valid concern. If gold tops out and euphoria shifts to panic, crypto tends to crash harder. Take a breath though, because we're not done. Let's zoom out because this is a pattern. Go back to 2011 when gold hits an all-time high, then slides 20% in months, while Bitcoin goes from pennies to hundreds and rallies in 2013 and beyond. Fast forward to 2020 when gold hits another peak, then stalls and Bitcoin explodes. Bitcoin went from 9,000 to over 60,000 in months. And now here we are again with gold hitting highs in 2025. It might look like a coincidence, but what I think is that it's the transfer where liquidity fills gold first, squeezes out the fear, and then rotates into what's next. And here's the thing. While most people are now only waking up to these gold to crypto rotation patterns, we've been discussing this exact setup for a while inside the FireHustle VIP Discord. That's what happens when you're in the room where real macro analysis is happening. The YouTube videos give you the big picture, but the VIP Discord is where we dissect every metric, track institutional flows in real time, and share strategies on how to navigate these rotation plays as massive capital shifts are forming. The feedback has been absolutely incredible. Everyone is loving the group and finding real value in the research and community. If you're serious about understanding this gold to crypto rotation and want to learn how to spot the next big up before it's obvious to everyone else, then that's where you need to be. The link is in the description down below. Now back to the patterns. Right now, gold's showing classic top signals. The relative strength index on the daily chart is over 80, deep overbought and higher than most peaks. The price hit 4,300, but it's already pulling back now with one of the biggest dips of the year. That signals profit taking. Sentiment is off the charts with Google search hits, and media outlets are saying everyone wants gold. This is a classic lesson in top signals. We've talked about it a lot for crypto, and it applies here too. The decoupling is important as well. Gold was going up on its own while Bitcoin was lagging. The RSI actually signaled oversold for Bitcoin, and now we're seeing the market waking up again. This feels like the setup with the liquidity sponge full and ready to spill. But let's not stop there. Here are the key signals you need to monitor, and they're easy to pull up yourself. First, watch gold's RSI because above 75 means eyes open and it's actually higher now. Second, track ETF flows weekly because over 5 billion signals maximum euphoria, and when it starts to consistently slow down, it means shift time. Third, monitor the gold to Bitcoin ratio. Historical peaks for this ratio have led to massive Bitcoin jumps in the 6 months afterwards. Fourth, watch institutional positioning in gold tracked in the weekly CFTC report. When big money is maxed out at over 260,000 contracts, there's no one left to buy. Once these positions start unwinding, Bitcoin has historically surged 50% within 30 days. There's 4 very simple signals for you to watch, and things are actually already on the move. Now, I want to keep everything grounded in reality because this scenario has risks. What if it drags longer with continuing to buy gold? Or what if the global crisis gets worse and pushes gold higher for longer? It could mean that things will just keep getting delayed for crypto. But policy is shifting. Florida just passed a law allowing the state to put up to 10% of public funds into Bitcoin. Texas and New Hampshire are making similar moves. Senator Lummis continues pushing for federal Bitcoin adoption through her Bitcoin Act. Also, the US government is sitting on 127,000 Bitcoin seized from criminals. And there's growing talk about using it to fund the national priorities. Even California just passed legislation allowing state institutions to store and manage Bitcoin. And don't forget the macro environment. That's where I always come back to. Global liquidity keeps hitting record highs. Jerome Powell confirmed in his last speech that quantitative tightening is ending. Rate cuts are continuing. Institutions are still pouring capital into crypto. The SEC streamlined the ETF approval process with more deadlines coming up. Michael Saylor, Larry Fink, Eric Trump, Tom Lee. I could keep dropping names. But these are just some of the smart heavy hitters with serious money betting big on crypto. Do you really think that this rally is over? At most, it's delayed. This is the ultimate setup. I've also been looking into the bridges between gold and crypto. Tokenized gold products like Pax Gold and Tether Gold represent 1 ounce of physical gold per token and operate on-chain. They have a combined market cap of $3.5 billion, and they're both up big this year. You shouldn't see gold as competition for Bitcoin. Think of it more as a path where scared money parks first before rotating into Bitcoin or DeFi. And here's the thesis. Gold can't be up only forever. It's the setup where the ultimate winner could be Bitcoin and eventually altcoins. So here's how I'm thinking about it. Stack my high conviction alts during these pullbacks. Most of my favorite alts have dipped and are quietly building back up. I'm treating every red candle as an accumulation opportunity. And if the historical playbook repeats, we're looking at substantial upside by the end of this year and potentially massive gains into next year. My approach will be to hold through the noise, add when fears at a high, and stay locked on those key signals. I break down my highest conviction plays right here on YouTube, so this is another perfect example of why you should subscribe to the channel. It's the best free investment you can make. Now, we've walked through this crazy scenario together, from this wild gold surge to the patterns that show us to things that could really flip. I've given you the metrics you can track yourself, my macro outlook on why this is the most bullish environment for crypto, and my personal strategy to win. This isn't the end. Gold absorbed the fear. Now the real run could be brewing. But here's where it gets serious. If you want to go deeper, then join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. That's where the real work happens. I'm in there every single day, digging through data, tracking these rotations in real time. watching RSI levels, monitoring ETF flows, and spotting plays while everyone else is panicking or just straight shelling. We're analyzing moves as they develop, sharing insights, catching opportunities early, and building wealth together. YouTube gives you the overview. The VIP Discord gives you the full playbook with timing, execution, and live updates. If you're serious about positioning for this rotation before it's too late, that's where you need to be. As always, the link is down below. If this fired you up, then please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned. And remember, as always, do your own research. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Stay safe out there, and let's keep stacking wins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.